Hey YouTube, this is Southern Pepper One and welcome to Boots on the Ground. I've been receiving just a lot more Boots on the Ground reports, so I'm trying to get to them all. I do read every single one and make a mental note of it. If it's not included in the report, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. But overall, I'm seeing a lot more negative news. I have seen a lot more negative increase in cost, inflation. But take this as a positive. At least we're seeing it in advance. If you're watching Boots on the Ground, if you're providing the intel, at least we'll have a little bit more time to react to all the negativity that's out there. Don't dwell on it. Do something about it by just prepping. Let me get right into it. Dollar General in a small town in western North Carolina. They locked up at 1:30. They had a sign on the door saying cash only, and looking through the window they could see one employee inside restocking coolers. Another Michigan, Dollar General. 1 dozen eggs last week was $2.89. This week it was marked $3.19. But when I paid for it at the register, it was $3.50. They also said that corporate office is making the changes, I guess, automatically. So they can't keep up with putting price stickers on the new products or putting price stickers on the shelf, and that's the problem. This is from Market Basket. It's a grocery store, and they looked at Dr. Pepper. A 12-pack was $7. $12 for a 12-pack. $7 for a 12-pack. They also looked out and saw a larger box that was $11. So they thought that was going to be a better deal until they looked at the larger box. And the larger box was not the 24 that they assumed. It was only 20. So it looks like Dr. Pepper is cut down from 24 to 20, so that might be a start. So if you drink soda and you want to stock up, you might want to stock up before they go down. I don't know if all of their varieties are going to go to 20-pack, but this definitely Dr. Pepper is selling a 20-pack instead of a 24. This is Franklin, North Carolina. I went to the Wells Fargo bank to deposit $200 into my daughter's account. They advise they cannot deposit cash anymore to any third-party account because of a new law. We can deposit a check, but no cash. They advise they cannot trace cash and must be able to trace the money according to the law. Who knows, but cashless is coming, especially after they hired the 87,000 new workers. This is from a TV station in San Antonio, reported that the U.S. military is performing the military drills. There were Black Hawk helicopters, gunfire, and it looked like a war zone. This went on for several nights. This looks to me like preparation for civil unrest than regular military training. They will label us as domestic terrorists to justify their action. As former military, what do you think? Question mark. There's a lot to this. It could be legitimate military training. It could be forces just having a new environment to train in. I would love to know if these were special forces, some type of Marine recon, or if they were conventional infantry guys. But overall, they've been doing this for many, 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 many years. I've been involved with it as a civilian, being the Op 4 with the Marines. So don't look too much into it, but anything, they can say one thing and do another thing. This person was returning from Indiana from Northern Virginia, where the stores are stocked and no empty storefronts. Restaurants were not as full, but still busy. The politicians live here, just 25 miles outside of D.C. Perhaps that is why they don't seem to realize what we are going through. I went to Woodstock, Vermont to visit my wife's parents' graves, and then I went to a farmer's market. These were the prices. The place was packed and parking lot full. This is what I saw. A half a loaf of bread, $5. Peaches, depending on which type, were from $3.50 to $4 per pound. Sea scallops, $38 a pound. Ribeye steaks, $48 a pound. A quart of milk, over $5. Ice cream, very, very small ice cream bar on a stick for $3.45. And then they gave some other prices. So basically, I know in my heart this is what we're going to see within 6 months at your local store. As people have said over and over again, you'll be able to get food, but you won't be able to afford it. I think that's why you're seeing so many shortages in stores, because they're producing the food but holding back on releasing it because of the shrinkage, and they're going to do all this at once and all together. Stock up. These people went through northeast Indiana Saturday. The corn looked healthy. However, while the soybeans did look okay, maybe 1 in 10 fields were very heavy with weeds, and a few more had enough weeds to them to stand out. Herbicides cost more, so maybe the farmers are cutting back on the herbicides. That's their guess. Here in Tampa area, Walmart frozen bread and breakfast items depleted. Back to school time. What are kids going to eat for breakfast? This is from Florida. My older dog needs a daily medication. Usually I buy 100 pills. It costs me $200. Now my vet will only sell me 30 pills at a time and charges me $1.12. This medication went from $2 per pill to $3.75% and is now being rationed. The office tried to blame it on COVID shortages, but I was able to buy my normal amount, 100 pills, for the past 2 COVID years until now. If anyone needs pet medicines or products, try to stock up. In the next 18 to 24 months, hamburger will be redefined as 70-30 or 65-35 and be nearly $5 per pound. The FDA will immediately approve this message. This is someone's prediction. This is not what's going to happen. But I find this interesting. You know, a lot of people predict, price increases and price increase. But he is going a little step further, saying the quality of the meat is going to shrink and we're going to get less meat and more fat. So he thinks maybe a 70-30, which possibly I could agree with that. We're at now 80-20. Or 65-35. I think that's stretching it, but I could definitely go with him on the 70-30. Especially when meat is short, they're going to want to push as much out and using as much fat as they can. I heard you mention on your broadcast that someone had to go through 8 bags of oranges to find some decent ones. I was at our grocery store this weekend and all the bags of oranges had shriveled up oranges in them. I ended up not buying any. Our produce here in the store is going downhill. We'll be buying from the local farms as they still have good quality produce. I work for a truck farmer in northern Illinois, located close to the Wisconsin border. This family has been in business since the mid-50s, producing locally produced fresh produce to the public via 2 farmers market that they own. One also has a bakery, a cafe, and a greenhouse operation, along with pick your own strawberries in the spring. Folks are complaining about the price of sweet corn. What everyone fails to realize, that my boss told me, the fertilizer cost for them has gone up 300%. The profit margin on fresh produce is not that large. Built into the price, we must charge the public these considerations. The rising cost of electricity for our coolers to store and maintain the quality of our fresh vegetables from the field. Also, rising price of diesel for various farm equipments. Also, the components needed to maintain the equipment. Also, the bakery, the cafe, and the greenhouse operations are costing us a lot more. And the tremendous price increase for herbicides and pesticides as well. All of that without even thinking about the cost of payroll. We are charging 79 cents for sweet corn, although it should be more. But the boss does not want to raise the price this year to do undue stress on loyal customers at the expense of his operation. Also, the fresh bakery and the cafe items are major increases there. So, basically, bottom line, prices are going up. He also mentioned the plastic containers required to package and sell all the other things that they sell, from sandwiches to salads to pies to cakes, have increased unreal. Also, he mentioned sugar, flour, eggs, butter going up. So, yes, we should assume these prices are going to hit us, and they are. So, yes, it's not the company's fault. Some of the companies, they're just passing along their increase. I blame it on politicians that are just letting inflation get carried away. Also, I live in Louisiana. My sister is a supervisor at our electric company. Another supervisor she works with just sat down after work at a restaurant to eat when 2 police officers came up and told her they would be better and safer for her to not wear her lanyard and work badge that has the company name on it. They told her people are very upset about the high electric bills and may retaliate against her. A Facebook hate page has been created about our local energy company. Also, I work at a local bakery, and some of our cake boxes have been on back order for 3 weeks. Not sure when we'll get them in. Customers called last week very upset and needed a birthday cake ASAP. But the bakery couldn't handle it because they didn't have the cake. So just the simple thing of boxes to put cakes in. I live in Northern California. I have a cabin in the mountains, another 4 hours from my house. I had to drive on Highway 5, which is the main highway in California. On this stretch, this is the rice capital of California. 95% of the farms are not growing any rice at all, plus no fruits or vegetables, which are also grown in this section. I have been traveling this section for over 30 years. I've never seen this in my life. Farms are always full and green at this time of year. The farmers have been paid not to farm. Scary. California is the second biggest rice producer in the United States. I appreciate this opinion. Can't really verify this. I don't know if farmers are not being paid or if they're not being provided the water for the irrigation purposes. This person says, my boyfriend and I rent agricultural land in California. We're in the process of purchasing land in Texas. We were just informed that our rent is going from $2,000 a month to $4,000 a month. Due to this increase, we're moving out. We're going to have to move into my boyfriend's RV and live in a campground until we can finalize getting out of there, I guess, to go to Texas. So they have to sell a lot of their stuff. Basically, what they're saying is they can't get any money for their things. People are looking for deals. And there's so many people leaving California that some people are giving things away or throwing things away. So basically, good quality things that you used to could sell, people want a good deal on it or they're not going to take it. Also, they said there is railroad tracks behind the property where we rent. The other day, we finally had a really long train going from Southern California to Northern California, and it was filled with rocks, the kind you put down in the mud to stop your car from sinking. I have no idea what they could be using this for or why they need so much going north. And that's a good question. I have no idea. While working recently at a local Taco Bell here in Northeast Ohio, that now requires a security detail just to be open. I spoke to a county sheriff's supervisor who happened to mention the department is currently short 44 deputies. He's retiring soon and can't wait to get out. This is somewhat alarming considering the township I live in depends solely on the sheriff's office for response. Another Dollar General in Northwest Ohio went to the store and they were closed. I went to another one. They were closed. No workers. So I finally had to go to Walmart to get our stuff. Man, the price of everything keeps going up. We are in big trouble. This is the local John Deere tractor dealer in Oklahoma where I purchased my tractor. I picked it up, my tractor on, they picked my tractor up on June 6th for warranty work. They believe there was a bad cylinder and a bad injector, but there may be other issues. As this is warranty work, they had to get approval to proceed with the repair. In the first week of July, they were told to wait for an item to further test the engine before doing any repairs. Now, almost 6 weeks later, they're still waiting on the item just to do further tests. This is crazy, as I only have 40 hours of operating time on the tractor when they picked it up. This person is in Richland County, and they're in South Carolina. They say 4 Chick-fil-A's are in that area are owned by the same person, and they just closed one store and transfer staff to the other new location about 5 blocks away. So basically what they did was they closed the store, but they built a new store. So yes, you can hear that, Chick-fil-A is closing in store. It was an older store. This is Joplin, Missouri, Sam's Club. Can't find any tater tots, fries, or hash browns. When I asked a worker, they went to check and came back and said all of their orders for the Ora-Ida potato products are being canceled and not delivered. Other things I've noticed on this trip was items under the wrong price tag and damaged containers. Example, syrup bottles with crushed tops, bags of chips completely smashed. This is an IKEA that's located in Minnesota. Sales are good. It's our peak time now. Some good news, which is the sales are up, but theft is way up. Booster teams that they come in and they pick whatever they want. They walk out. They don't even try to hide it. We cannot stop them without police support, which is a low priority call, so they always get away. We have equipment down there. Elevator is down, no ETN parts, refrigeration issues, no parts, or techs to even fix the items. Same for an ice machine. This is Asheville, North Carolina, a grocery store, Ingles, very common in the South. A single 12-pack of Coke, could be canned Coke, 12 packs, 12 ounces each, $7.98. That's $8. I remember you could get them for $3 and $4 all day long. Sale price, they had them for $18.18. Obviously, we will not be buying soft drinks at this chain store. This person is an operator at a flat roll aluminum processing plant in the Midwest. This is important. They make aluminum. Flat rolled aluminum processing plant in the Midwest. Today we're experiencing a lot of issues. They work 12-hour shifts, night and day shift. Since the pandemic, on every single shift, we're severely lacking the manpower to run all the lines at full capacity. Even with the guys that show up, along with pulling people from other shifts to work overtime, some people still need to work 2 positions to keep things moving. So they're doing 2 jobs at the plant to keep it running. We do get new hires, but we're lucky if they last a week. Along with this, our equipment keeps breaking down to the point where maintenance is being overwhelmed and is irritable. New parts are ordered, but are months out due to supply chain issues. We're basically trying to hold our equipment together with band-aids at this point. Packing material also extremely delayed and hard to come by. We're buying cheaper products to try to get our product out the door to our customers. Or sometimes we'll just have to delay customer orders for weeks, if not longer. Vendors are also cheapening up on products. For example, we run our finished metal on cardboard cores. We have been ordering from the same manufacturer for years. Recently, their cardboard cords have been started coming in thinner and with less ink printed on them. We're now having issues with the cores collapsing, resulting in us having to scrap finished metal. This is manufacturing. Without manufacturing, a lot of other people can't manufacture their goods and services. This is just a slow collapse of the system, and I'm witnessing it with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of emails in a week. It's unbelievable how things are falling apart, and we're watching it occur. This person says they buy good organic milk. 1 gallon a year goes $5. In January, it went up between $6 and $7. They bought it at Safeway yesterday, and the 1 gallon was $9.87, almost $10. So basically, this price of this organic milk has doubled. I've been a teacher for just shy of 20 years, but I can't stand how woke all the stuff is they are asking us to teach. Please tell everyone there are still a few conservative teachers still out there, even in liberal states like Washington. And all I teach is reading, writing, math, social studies, and science. However, this is my last year. I just can't take it anymore. Next year, I'm going back to school to become a nurse. This will be much more useful and barterable skill for what I believe is coming. This person says, my husband went out on his motorcycle to run errands, and coming home, he saw very long lines of cars that stretched for half a mile on a 4-lane road. He saw a large church with a huge parking lot with cars giving out bags of groceries. He could not believe how many cars were waiting for food. There's plenty of food in the stores in this area, but people don't have the money to buy it because it's so expensive. Maybe that is why there's so much food on the shelves. Food prices are outrageous, and for a family, it is getting hard to be able to eat what is basic necessities. I live in Kingswood, a suburb of Houston, which is in the middle of an upper-class, middle-class area. Last week, 24 businesses were hit by thugs at a couple of strip malls. They smashed the windows, went inside, grabbed money, cash registers, and valuables. Crimes of this caliber are very rare in our community. Thankfully, the criminals were caught. The city crime is now moving into the suburbs. This is just a touch of what I'm getting. Take this information, use it to apply to what you're prepping. Use it to apply to use your money wisely. Keep prepping and keep praying for our country. Thanks for watching.